My role as the community lead is to oversee the community-led approaches programme. And what that entails is listening to communities, a lot of community engagement. What we're trying to do is find out what the strengths are of that community, what the challenges are, and then we're going to work with the community to put together some interventions based on those challenges. So it's a lot of organisations that are coming together. They've called it the Peace Together Alliance.
Community-led approach matters. It's helped us to establish what communities need, what priorities they have, how they want it to be done. It's also allowed us to engage with the key people in the community and the key organisations in the community who are already making a difference. So it feels like it's not like some projects there are organisations who ship in, deliver and ship out again. This feels like it's people who already belong there.
Hideaway Youth Project works with young people aged 8 to 25. So we got involved because Hideaway was one of the projects that we've been here for a long time, and most of the other community organisations wanted Hideaway to lead it. Working together, it's been really important as an alliance because it's meant that we all stay in our lane together and we all do what we've got expertise at. So some of us are expertise in arts, some of us are expertise in sport. Hideaway, we do open access, we work on the streets. There are other organisations that can work on the streets doing detached youth work. But it means that we're very collaborative and we can cover a wider area and a wider database with young people, so we cover every night of the week.
It's the young people that come in here, we see it as this is their project, so there's no point in having a project that's here that's working towards someone's targets or what someone else wants to achieve. It's about the young people that are coming into this project because they are the community.
Basically around 2020, I would feel like suicidal because of my friend and of college as well, because I would be depressed and my mental was unstable. So then one of the Hideaway staff told me we could talk about this. So we met at the park near my house and he gave me an advice, and two of them gave me advice actually. So when they gave me advice, in my head I was like, yeah, they were right. What's the point in doing this? It's a waste of time. So no, I'm not going to feel suicidal or commit suicide, you know what I mean? And my life has changed and I've changed as well.
We work around like prevention of serious youth violence and supporting families that have experienced violence, and we're currently doing a lot of work around developing a programme to address post-traumatic stress disorder, well, perpetual traumatic stress disorder that occurs in communities like my side. It's community trauma, and so we're trying to find ways to address that and also train other people in understanding the specific kind of trauma that's experienced when there's high visibility of violence.
Being an organisation where most of us are from the area, from the community, it's a lot easier for us to go out and communicate with everyone else. And like, it's easy for us to say, all right, we're going to put this on, so next week make sure you're all there. And it's not like some randomers coming in and saying, you know what, well, we're going to do this in your community, can you try, come? Or it's like us just going and saying, well, we're doing this. People will be like, all right, we're going to be there.
It's more comfortable, like, when you know who you're working with and you're telling, you're telling other people and you just don't get used to just like, yeah, and they're just like, what? But A4 youth, like, they get me, they get what my position is, and like, it's just comfortable to work with them because, you know, I can have fun, smile, and like have talks with them, and they just make me laugh.
84 Youth have been supporting me because my son has just recently passed. I have a grandson and he's taken it really, really bad. They've been giving him mentoring. He's not going back to school because of the situation that's happened. So he's with them basically every day. They look after him and support him. I've been getting a lot of support from Kemia because I've been, you know, really, really emotional. She's been supporting me a lot with forms that I've had to fill out. I've had interviews with the police, and she's been there with me 100%.
Like currently we've got a young man whose father was murdered, and we're doing his schoolwork with him because he's not ready to go back into school. We're doing music production stuff with him because he loves music. We actually used some funding to buy him some music equipment, so we're going to try and get him writing lyrics about his dad to get rid of the anger so he doesn't carry this forward into the future.
I always say music is the key. It brings people together. It's like another language, especially in areas like Moss Side and Old Trafford where I work. It is so important working with VRU because of, obviously, they are the ones who have been able to fund us to do this work and to carry it on.
We work with local organisations in the heart of communities. It's all about empowering them to show the importance of sport and the impact that can make on the local communities, the young people that they work with. I think the real strength that I've seen through the Alliance is that you've got organisations that have been embedded in the communities for many, many years, and others that are new and quite different and coming with a new approach. And I think the fantastic thing that we've seen through the two pilots already is that partnership working and the linking up. They all have that common theme of they want the best from the young people that they're working with, but to pull it all together they can share so much experience, resources.
The Alliance really was a great way into this part of Manchester. The project we're running is called Go Girl, and it's something that we took to young girls and said, listen, you know, you're not engaging with sport typically after sort of year 8 or 9 of school. What is it that's making you feel uncomfortable? How would you like to approach it? How can we do things differently to get you back involved with sport, but also beyond that, like would you want to be involved with sport not just as a participant, but maybe as a coach or a role model or a volunteer in your community? So it was the girls, initially the local young females, that designed this programme alongside ourselves and our partners.
Sports allows me to engage with the youth, and it's a tool for me to really then identify the needs. Initially when we started off, I think we started off with a local grassroots team called Whitworth Park, had 8 teams. The last 2 years has been more around building relationships with the established organisations and trying to get the story and the journey of what we've gone through. It's been different on the basis that we felt our voices were being heard this time round compared to previous occasions where it's more of a reaction than a proactive approach. With this initiative, from the offset, you could kind of tell that the community were being given an opportunity to kind of have a strategy led by themselves.
Families Against Violence was set up in the memory of my son Giuseppe Gregory, who was murdered at age 16. This is called the Peace Education Programme, which we launched last week. Peace Education Programme is a 10-theme session programme which looks at different aspects. So tonight we're looking at empowerment.
My hopes for the future, my hopes are that we can stay strong as partners in terms of the Peace Together Alliance. I feel like we are the leaders of today, and these youth are the leaders of tomorrow.
I believe that everyone that's out here now is doing a lot with what they've got, you know what I mean? And we're all scrimping and scraping to try and make sure we've got effective projects to offer to the young people. But it's very hard, you know, because we are very reliant on funding.
A big part of being a grassroots organisation is constantly applying for small pots of funding, and that takes up a lot of time and it's very worrying. So if we can get something that's like has a big impact and a sustainable funding to it, that will allow us to work even more effectively and have more impact, because there won't be that stress of where's the next funding pot coming from.
The hopes of the future that this can continue, because it's been really important for all the organisations working together, and hopefully we can just develop and build on it.
I just want to be able to say that 84 Youth was able to be part of our community, getting bettering itself, and it's more like we can say we've done it ourselves, not like someone else has come in and said, oh well, we've done this for your community. Like, we are the community, so I've give back what I got from like youth workers from my community and stuff like that.